Now then, it's about time to change this ancillaries belt. It's looking a bit old, so I've got a new one, and I'm going to try and make this easy on myself. So I'm going to take the road wheel off on this side, which in the UK it's the driver's side, just so I can get to the bottom of the belt quite easy. But the first thing, of course, is to lift this power steering reservoir out the way and sort of lift it out the way like that. Okay, that makes sense. Now let's just grab the camera and have a look just down there on wobbly cam. So as you can see, here's the belt. There's part of the engine mount, and just down there, it's not very far, that I believe is the tensioner. So some videos I've watched, they make a right song and dance about everything, but it doesn't seem to be that bad. Obviously, if you don't have a manual, you need to draw out the way that this belt goes, over which pulley and round which pulley, sort of over the tensioner down there, and then just down the bottom there, that is the alternator, I think, and then further down, right down there, is the AC. So, and there's the crank down there, so there's quite a few things to, so draw it out. Yeah, so I'm just going to take the road wheel off, and I'm actually going to take that mount off. I don't think it's strictly necessary, but it's quite a tight space. But to take that mount out, off, you have to put a jack under the engine. So we'll have a jack and a jack stand under the chassis to take the road wheel off, and then we'll have a jack under the engine, and we'll just take this plate off here, just so it's easier to feed things through. As I say, not strictly necessary, but when you haven't done it on a particular model before, sometimes it's just easier just to take the long route. Right, let's crack on. You might remember this Sealy impact rebuild with the Parkside battery on it. Right, let's just give the jack a little bit more. There we go. That worked reasonably well. I'm pleased with that beastie. And there's a video about it. So, there we go. I've removed that earth strip, so we don't want to forget to put that in, and removed the engine mount. Bearing in mind the engine is supported on a trolley jack with a lump of wood on the top. Okay, we've got a lot better access there now, if you can see that. And we've got some access to the bottom pulley. I just need to remove that clip there and that clip there, and then we can get to the bottom pulley. It hasn't taken very long, but you do need a deep socket to undo the nut off that bolt there, and it's a 17mm deep socket. Okay, otherwise you're into an open-ended and doing quarter of a turn at a time. Right you are. Okay, I think we're about there. We got a 14mm cranked ring spanner here. Okay, so we can get that in there, and oh, now then, it wants to go that way, and it's a bit tricky. I think this ring spanner is not entirely the correct thing. So let's see if I can find a different one. So we've got a diagram of the belt routing. That'll be the tensioner. And as you can see, you really need to know. Okay, I'm going to check this with what I've got there, and then we'll have another go at undoing that or removing the tension. Okay, I've got a slightly cranked 14mm here, and that seems to be pretty good. And then we'll add another ring spanner onto that. Okay. Cool. Cool. That is a lot of pressure. You don't want your fingers in that at all. Okay, need a screwdriver. Right. At least it's moving. Probably hasn't moved for a long time. I know I've had this car for 3 or 4 years. Yeah, you want to be very careful. You don't want your fingers anywhere underneath that belt, or else it'll have you. There we go. There we go. That was a bit stressy. Well, it doesn't actually look that bad, but we're going to change it anyway. I just don't want to end up cruising on gently along the motorway and it going bang. Yeah, and then you're really stuffed, aren't you? Yeah. So let me just unwind all that lot. There's a green woodpecker again in the background, and let's see what happens. Right, I don't want to move the camera from where it is stuck on the engine, but we've got a crack there and a couple of cracks there. So, and then a bit of hairiness on the outside here, and look, there's another bit of hairiness and some cracks, but there's no ribs missing. But yeah, and 2 cracks there and another bit of hairiness. Yeah, so I'm thinking it was time. And if you can see here, the top is starting to break up. Yeah, and it might have gone for another 5 or 10,000 miles, but Motoring's difficult enough as it is in the UK without adding chaos like that. Right, well, that was an impossible thing to film, but that's fully on there. And can we see down on that? That belt is fully on all the ridges, and the same on the alternator belt, on the tensioner belt. And can we see down there? No, we can't, but it's right there on there. And let's just have a look underneath if we can see anything. There is the AC compressor, and that belt looks right on the crank. Right, so we're happy with that. So not too bad. Impossible to film putting it back on. Fiddly, gets caught on bolts and all sorts of things. Got to just make sure it's right, yeah, etc. Make sure your routing is right, yeah. And then I had it on all the pulleys, and then I moved the adjuster in the same method as just undoing it, and then slid the belt on, making sure my fingers were not between the belt and any hard surface, because that would smart, wouldn't it? Yeah, right. I'm going to put everything back together and then we're done. So we'll put the engine mounting back on. It was useful to have that removed so you could see, and just an extra bit. You may find this part here a bit strange, and there, the plastic cover's gone from there. Why would you have a plastic cover over your ignition coils? Just to keep the heat in. Same with the injectors. And then there was a plastic piece in here which made it really difficult to get to that, and it came over here, so that's gone as well. At least it improves access. But now I'm just going to put this back together, put a little bit of assembly lube on the various bolts, because why not, eh? You're probably the next person to come to it. It's been here 20 years. Little bit of lube doesn't do any harm. So there you go. It's running all right. We've changed it. I feel a bit safer. I don't want to end up not having power steering and no alternator and all that sort of thing. And that's the belt I used. So it's 1730 long. Yeah, that's millimeters. Okay, and I got a good one. At least I assume it's a good one. I didn't get a cheap one, put it like that. Yeah, if I'm going to spend an hour fitting it, I might as well put a half decent one on. Right, comments, discussion, just comment please. Tell me about your experiences, if at all, or if you've had experiences of these ancillary belts snapping on you, or just like, has it been helpful, or do you think it was all at least worth doing? Just any comment at all. Love to hear from you. Right, catch up with you soon. Cheers.